Hello again everybody, it's me, Madame Macabre, and I am back with another week of my little journal entries. I know I missed last week because of Halloween, but I am picking up again this week. And you can see little Artemis back there. She was harassing Bianca, my skeleton. She's probably gonna start doing it again. Troublemaker. Oh man. But there's lots of stuff I could talk about this week since I had a week off of doing these. I think I'll start by kind of telling you guys what all I did for Halloween and what my Halloween plans themselves were. It actually was kind of down to the last minute, like I put in my last video. I didn't really know what I was gonna do, so I started looking up local events and stuff and things going on, and I found that there was actually a little small local comic show going on Halloween Day. It's a Jet City comic show in Tacoma, so I went with my friend Emma, and she actually dressed up, I can put a picture up, she actually dressed as Mr. Babadook, and I was my steam-powered giraffe fanbot, my robot, Decibel. And it was a lot of fun. There were a bunch of people in costumes. They had like a trick-or-treat thing. Neither one of us were really there to like get the candy because we had the crazy makeup and it just made it too hard to eat stuff. But it was fun. I mean, it wasn't anything huge like I'm used to with other cons, but it was definitely a nice little show, and they had some nice vendors and stuff to look at. And I actually got this really cool print. It's David Correa, and it's signed, and it is, I currently am working on getting it framed with some UV protection light so I can put it out somewhere and not worry about the sunlight damaging it. But yeah, another cool thing that happened while we were there, I got to meet Phoenix Jones. You know, the real-life superhero that has been on the news and on social media and all over the place. But yeah, he was there, and he was really cool. He picked me up for the photo, and that surprised me a little bit because I'm so tall. I'm just like, what? You can actually pick me up? I'm very tall. And his response was, of course I can, I'm a superhero, which was great. He was really super nice. I ended up, when it was towards the end of the show, I ended up hanging back for almost an hour just chatting with him. He's really cool, and he also likes horror movies and stuff, so that was really cool and awesome. Yeah. She's out of control back there. But yeah, that was pretty much my Halloween. Did you guys do anything cool? Anything out of the ordinary? Any fun stories to share? Feel free to put in the comments if you have any funny stuff to share. It's always fun to read what you guys have to say. And I guess I'll kind of move along to another thing that I was thinking of. So I am in Washington State, and we get a lot of rain here. A lot. Per capita, we're probably one of the rainiest states in the United States. So it was raining all day, and it had me thinking about how it's kind of ironic and sad that for being the state that gets the most rain, we have people who just it seems like everybody forgets how to drive, and it just makes them nuts. They cannot drive in the rain, and they live in the rain almost the entire. It's so rainy here all the time, and they can't when it does rain.
Fatality.
When it does rain, they just lose their ability to drive, and they do one of two things. They either slow way down beyond the point of safety issues, like if it's been dry for a while and then it rains, obviously the rain's gonna get all the oil and stuff slick and it's gonna be dangerous. So I'll slow down a little bit, but when you're going about 10 to 15 below the entire flow of traffic, and it's just it gets ridiculous. So they either do that and get really annoying, and as much as you want to tailgate them because they're being an idiot, you can't do it because the road is slick, and you don't want to risk your life just because you're irritated with them being stupid. And then the other end of the spectrum is people who don't seem to care that the roads are slippery, and they drive like jackasses. they cut you off, they don't use their blinkers, they skid all over the place. I've had people almost crash into me. It's ridiculous. I've had people who jet out when it wasn't their right of way, get in front of me, and I could have been killed multiple times by idiot drivers who don't know what they're doing in the rain. I swear, it's the most irritating thing. I actually, the other day when I was going home to visit my parents, it's weird, I still call it home. I guess it is still home in a sense. My childhood home. I was going to my childhood home to visit my parents, and some big guy in an Escalade almost T-boned me, and it could have killed me because he was going really fast. He blew right through a stop sign. I mean, he didn't even hesitate or stop. He just blew right through it, and I had to slam on my brakes. And I mean, had I kept going, he would have directly impacted me. And he knew he was doing wrong because I honked on, laid on the horn as soon as I screeched to a halt. And then he just like went around me and tore off doing about 50 in a 25 zone. It was frightening. But there's people like that everywhere nowadays. As the planet gets more overpopulated, we get more and more idiots who shouldn't be driving, and it's scary. But yeah, and so I was dealing with dangerous traffic today because it was rainy and people were going nuts. And I ended up going to Joann's, the fabric store, because they have some sales right now. I wanted to get some of the Halloween stuff while it lasted because it was like 75% off. Crazy deals. I did get some cool stuff. But it was so crowded there. Oh my god, you would not believe how many angry, ill-mannered old ladies. Don't you lick the microphone. Come here. Come here. Yeah, you nutter butter. So many old, ill-mannered women who were at that craft store. I was actually on the phone with my friend Shadow Kisses while I was there, and I had her on the headset, and I just wanted to look at pattern books. You're the star of the journal, Artemis. Yeah. But she's punishing me for being gone all day. What are you even doing? But yeah, so I'm on the phone with Shadow Kisses, and I'm looking at patterns because I've decided I was originally wanting to do a Bayonetta cosplay, but the seamstress I was talking to, because I feel comfortable sewing a lot of things for myself, but bodysuits are something I have not yet worked up to. I feel like that's a higher tier in the expertise ladder than that I've reached. I'm not ready for that yet, so I wanted to get a professional seamstress to make the Bayonetta suit for me. Well, the one I was talking to, I guess she was moving from LA to Seattle, and it got all complicated and whatever, and I understand because I was moving, but I have not heard back from her when she said she was going to give me a quote and figure all that out in the timetable. She never got back to me, so Bayonetta may have to wait. So I'm thinking, oh gosh, SakuraCon's coming up, I need another costume to fill in. So those of you who've been watching my most recent Let's Play, you'll appreciate the selection I'm thinking about. I'm kind of wanting to do right now a femme papyrus from Undertale. I think that one would be a lot of fun to do, and I might even be able to talk Shadow Kisses into being a femme sans. I think that'd be really cool, because I could make that super easy on the short notice that I have, leaving the gap from the Bayonetta one. I'm dealing with a monster. The cat's the star of the show today. Yeah, she's hiding behind the monitor, just eyeballing me with that crazy cat look. But yeah, so I'm wanting to do a papyrus maybe. So we'll see that. Anyway, I was at the craft store, and I was trying to look at patterns, seeing if there was anything I could use. The papyrus's costume will be easy enough for me to make, but I was thinking, oh, maybe I can look at patterns while they're on sale, and I can just alter one as... Technical difficulties! The cat stopped the recording program. Finally, she settled down on my lap, though, so hopefully she will stay there for the rest so I can finish. Anyway, I was looking at patterns to try and find something I could alter for to make Papyrus's costume, and I had this big pattern book out that I was looking through. So mind you, it was so crowded with old ladies there. They were everywhere. And generally at the fabric stores, they've got these tables with chairs around them, and on top of the table they have tons of pattern books, so you can look through the patterns and sit down while you're doing it. Well, all the chairs around the entire table were full of old ladies who were not looking through patterns, they were just sitting because there was a long line for the fabric cutting counter, so I couldn't get away from that. So instead, I go over and actually set the book on top of the drawers where they have the patterns. So I sit there, there's no one around me, so I'm like, okay, good, I can look through here. And then this crotchety lady who, she just comes bustling up. She just, like, violently starts looking through the shelves. I'm like, okay. I keep looking through my thing. I'm on the phone with Shadowkiss, still talking to her while I look through these things. And the next thing I know, without any warning, she just yanks one of the drawers out that is below where I'm looking at, so it just like whacks me in the shins, and I have to step back, and she just opens it all the way and just like keeps digging through, and I'm like, so I have to reach up and pull the book, like, and keep trying to look, thinking, okay, maybe she'll find the one she's looking for, and I can set the book back down and look, but she's going through each one at a time, and this is a big heavy book, so I'm like, okay, I'm gonna just go over to the other side, and I'm trying not to comment on any of this, even though it's like, it's absurd and irritating, but it's so funny just because it's the absurdity of it. So I'm trying not to comment on it as it's happening while I'm on the phone with Shadowkisses, because I don't want this crotchety old lady to freak out on me or something. So I go to the other side and drop the book. I'm like, okay, she can keep looking over there. And she's like, complaining about all these different things, and Shadowkiss is on the other end of the phone just laughing, because she's like, oh my god, I hear an old woman, I like sewing, and I'm just like laughing because she can't hear what's on the phone, and I'm just laughing, still laughing at the absurdity of it. It's reminding us of the old lady at the haunted house we used to work at, the one, Mountain Dew! So then we started joking about that, and basically, about another minute and a half, I'm still looking through the book, passes, and she comes charging over to the other side where I am and does the same thing and hits me in the shins again. So I'm like, you know what? I can look at patterns online, find what I need, and come back later, because I cannot handle the crotchety old lady. And she's like, they need to change these numbers, they're not accurate anymore, and just like, she's having a fit. And so I have to get out of there because I can't handle it. And I start going back through the fabric in another area, and I start telling her all this stuff that this crotchety old woman's doing that I couldn't say on the phone. And then sure enough, there's a cart almost runs into me, and it's her pushing it through, still digging through, like not even paying attention, digging through her patterns and complaining to herself still about the numbers on the shelves. And that was my adventure this evening. I did get a few neat things. It was pretty picked over from the Halloween stuff because I didn't get a chance to go out till now. But I still got some nice stuff and was able to get my running around today. I think that's just about all I got to share with you guys. But yeah, I know it's only gonna get worse, these stores, as it gets closer to all the big sales for Black Friday and all that stuff and Christmas. So I gotta just pack my patience, but yeah, it's not even close to that yet, so I don't know why it was so full of angry old ladies, so many of them. You usually think, oh, sweet little old lady. No, not these ones. Yeah, alrighty, well that's all I got to share with you guys today. Sorry if this one's a little longer than normal. I've had technical difficulties with the little beast. Alright, I will catch you guys later. Oh, and before I go, once again, thank you to everyone who sent letters to my P.O. box. I'm collecting them to do another mail time episode. If you have anything that you would like to send me, you can, once again, put it to this P.O. box right here. If you got a letter, I can read it, or anything else that you want to send, and have it be in the mail time episode. Also, if you want to send me a letter and you don't want to have it read in mail time, go ahead and put that in the letter so I don't read it, for mail time when you don't want it to be read for it. Anyways, that is actually all for now. I hope you guys enjoyed this little journal update, and I will catch you with more content later. That's all for now. Bye-bye.